Well, the Calvary here. It appears that the Calvary, has been suspended. Well, ain't that great? I think it is. You're talking about a badge of honor. You're talking about a situation in which I believe that our message is being heard. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't bother me. All it means is that I just received a bar from my lapel, from my collar, that says, "Brother, you're doing the right thing. This is a day of honor. We should all be happy and we should all be proud." You know, over the past, time I've been on the YouTube here, I've started to realize exactly what us brothers are doing. What we're really trying to do is protect young black men from African American women who have been taught not to be wives, not to be spouses, not to be, those type of women who you can say the words "from death to us part." That's what we're trying to protect these young men from. We're trying to protect them from being damaged by these women, from being held back by these women. This is important. We've lived a nice long life here in the States. Okay, some of you guys are 18, some of you guys are in your 30s, and some of you guys are in your 40s, and some of you guys are in your 50s. And you've seen the world for what it is. You've seen how we've been treated over the past couple of decades. You've seen the suppression that has been going on here on the internet, especially YouTube. We know that white supremacists are freely able to run free on YouTube for as long as they want and say whatever the heck that they want. They're free to do that. Can we stop it? Obviously not. I think that the YouTube powers that be condone that type of racism. Otherwise, they would not be here. But what they don't condone are African American men standing up for themselves, trying to protect a younger generation. See, what we've realized is that we need these young men. We need these young men for our salvation. The stronger these young men are, the further we can go. If they're out there getting those really nice jobs, or if they're out there creating jobs, in other words, starting their own businesses, being entrepreneurs and making that successful, and if they have more young black men who can join up with them in that job, who know exactly what they're doing, then that makes it better for us. And for us older guys in the 30s and 40s, it is up to us to pave that way for those younger men, to make it possible for them to get into that door easier. Just like every other race on the planet. We have to make it possible for them to get in there and get the money so that they can spend money with us and others. It's important. It's important that the communities aren't destitute, devoid of money, devoid of resources. That's what these young men bring to the table. It cannot happen from the African American female's point of view. And the reason why I can say this unequivocally is because they had 30 years to make it possible. And the only thing that's happened is a rapid deterioration of the African American community. We all see it. There's no denying it. There are people who would love to just close their eyes and just look in a different direction. But as African American men, we cannot, because we are the leaders. We are the ones who call upon each other to make the change. We don't deny anything. We don't deflect anything. We don't condescend. What we do is fix things. So we will fix this. We don't have much of a choice. Have any of you brothers went to a bank to get a bank loan? Have you been turned down? I have. But I also have a lot of brothers who come into my facility and spend money with me. They're my bank loan. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is how we have to work in order to change things. We have to give the power to these younger brothers and these older brothers. Am I saying we need to strip power away from the women? No. What I'm saying is that they're no longer important. I'm saying that seeking their approval is not important. Living for African American women is not important, especially when they don't care what you do. I mean, I look at the letter I just read in my last video, and just some of the words that the bad mother was saying, like, you need to teach your son how to treat women. And I realized how crazy that is. This young man spent not his money, but his mother's money, made sure that the young lady got a balloon, a card, and candy. And that was not enough. He still needs to learn how to treat women. He went to a movie that he was invited to. See, where I'm from, when you're young, when another family invites you to the movie, they pay for it. But see, that's how I was raised. Maybe that's a different generation thing. And since this is a different generation thing, or since these people are not being raised that way, I think it's an obligation for us older men to make sure that these young men are not tainted by such stupidity, by such bad parenting, bad people, bad children. That letter was so sneaking and conniving when it came to that bad parent. To suggest to her daughter that her daughter do something, disgustingly manipulative and dishonest, as to date the young man behind the other mother's back, the one that she demanded to talk to on the phone. The African American women really don't see the grievance. They don't see the grievance at all. They don't see the problem with their mother being involved in this young man's relationship, or the young man that they're dating's relationship. African American women have to understand and have to know that they're not dating these young men. If you are dating a 15-year-old and you are 36 or 21, you are a pedophile. That's the law in this country. So get out of these children's relationships. African American women have to understand that their cousins are not dating these young men either, and neither is the grandmother, and neither is the best friend. These African American men are running away for a reason. It is too stressful to deal with an African American woman. You're dating too many people when you date just one woman. Now you're dating 20. And they're all arguing with you, including the woman that you're supposed to date. And then we are called weak if we say, oh, no, we don't want to do that. What we're saying is that you're not going to force us to date you. You are not going to force men to marry you. You need to take a good look at yourselves and all those things that you're sitting up there saying, well, white women do it too. Well, you need to look at white women and see what they are doing right, and then say white women do it too. But now all you say is, to all the bad things so you can get away with it, white women do it too. Here are the realities. Black women love thugs. You don't see white women walking down the street with thugs like 90 going north like you do black women. It is what it is. African American men disapprove. You're angry. We don't care. All you all want us to do is think about your feelings and emotions. But at the same time, you don't give a damn about ours. So we're just saying no. We want to be with the women that give a damn about our feelings. Whether she's white, Hispanic, Asian, or just a woman from another country. African American women, you are not desirable, not because you're not beautiful. It's because your thought process is not beautiful. You have to come to terms with the fact that all these other women on the planet, their thought processes are more beautiful than yours. You don't care about thoughts. We know that. But all we're saying is we don't have to accept you for having bad thoughts.